Hello and welcome to the Serpent Temple podcast and YouTube channel. I'm here with Silas and Saskia.
Hello there.
Hello. Hello. We're at the Kentish Town Forum. You guys are about to go on stage with Ozric Tentacles as well. So you're very multifaceted musicians. So before we do a Psycard reading, do you want to tell the podcast listeners and watchers more about what you do and what kind of music you make?
Sure. So we're playing with Ozric Tentacles tonight. Independently, we have our own project, Silas and Saski. And we're here to fuse all different kinds of music together for the benefit of humanity, to lift people's consciousness and take people to a good place, hopefully make people dance and just, I don't know how to describe it, but maybe take away the pressures of life, even for a finite moment at a show, at a gig. Music is a very powerful thing, and we believe in it a lot.
That's beautiful.
Music to elevate people's consciousness, you know.
Elevated to where? Where do you see that? What does that look like to you?
Allowing people to become freer in their bodies and minds, I think, and to relax.
Approach infinity.
Nice. That's sick. I love that. So like you were saying that you fuse music of all different kinds, you bring them together. So what kind of things is that? Because I know you play like saz, is that right?
I do play the saz, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Uh-huh.
So what other instruments, like what other kinds of world music do you bring together, and where did you find those as well?
I'm actually completely obsessed with Indian music these days.
Cool.
I went and spent some time out there and became absolutely fascinated by what they do out there.
The Carnatic music is so beautiful.
Yeah, well, that's the south part. I ended up in the north, so I was studying the North Indian music, which is, there's a lot of similarities, but it's a different strain, I guess.
Cool.
But yeah, their music is specifically tailored to take the musician and the audience as far as they can into the divine and awaken consciousness. So that's why I fell in love with it.
We recently went to Istanbul and had a really nice time. We had lessons out there. So I recently bought an electro Bağlama saz.
Did you get that from Sala Music?
No, I got it from Saz, but we went to Sala Music in Istanbul.
Sala.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time in there, didn't you?
Yeah, just playing all the different instruments that happen there, yeah.
So when did we go to Istanbul? A couple of months ago, and Silas is learning the rik, the Arabic tambourine, and I started learning darbuka a few months ago.
I just bought a darbuka as well.
Oh, nice. And I bought a daf in Istanbul as well.
Nice.
So, yeah, we had some percussion lessons, and I also had some dance lessons as well. So,
what kind of dance? Is it the Sufi style?
Turkish Roma style, Turkish Oriental dance. I love all that a lot.
I love that you're bringing sort of the body to the music, but then also elevating the music at the same time. So you're kind of fusing like the earthly and the divine there. It's really interesting.
Oh, thank you. We try.
So part of it's about trying to leave Earth and expand into the divine, but the other part is about extracting the divine and bringing it down to Earth.
That's wonderful. It's like a cycle.
Yeah, it goes both ways, yeah.
Beautiful. Do you want to do should we do past, present, future?
Let's do it. Okay.
Someone, whoever wants their past, whoever wants their present, whoever wants their future, put down the cards. And then we can do, sometimes I do it like an extra bonus future reading for whoever doesn't get the future.
Nope.
The home.
Turned it over already.
Was I not supposed to?
It doesn't matter. We'll do it like this.
Oh, sorry.
It happens. We occasionally happens. It's fine. It still is what it is. So this is your past, the home. I will read this for you. We actually had this earlier today. It's such a wholesome card. This little cat curled up in the corner.
Oh, nice.
All right, the home. A cosy cottage hearth with tea laid and a cat curled up by a burning fire on a winter's evening. This card draws us to our background and the security we all need from a warm, comforting environment. It represents the trusted, simple things in our lives which we sometimes undervalue.
Wow, amazing. We are looking to move house and find a very nice cottage with a cat and a fire and all the things.
What
with
do you
tea
know?
laid out. So, yes, interesting.
In Cornwall or?
Maybe Somerset
Nice.
or Wiltshire, somewhere. We're open to somewhere in the southwest. Living up in Scotland, it means big, long drives.
And cold.
A lot, yeah, and cold. It's just quite far away from everything, so it's not very practical. And also, our families are based Cornwall, Somerset, and a lot of our friends. So, at some point, we'll move down there and hopefully find somewhere like this.
Definitely wherever the cats are, that's going to be home.
We have 3 cats.
Oh, really?
And we love cats.
What kind of cats do you have? What are they called?
There's a black cat called Mystic,
Nice.
Saski's cat.
my cat, and you have a cat called Plato.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a tabby cat. And he sits with me in the studio at every opportunity. He follows me everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
This cat's obsessed with him.
a little Damon sprite. Yeah.
And there's a cat called Terra. She belongs to our friend Kitty, but she's in the house.
I love that
Yeah.
your friend is called Kitty and has a cat.
Yeah, she's also obsessed with cats.
Perfect. So you're not as much dog people then? Would you like
I
them
grew
too?
up with dogs, and I love dogs, but current lifestyle is not suited to looking after a dog and going away and everything. The cats can kind of cope with this, I think, because they're independent creatures. But I do love dogs, but for now, I'm more of a cat person. Would you
I
say the
understand.
Yeah, I've always been a cat person, yeah.
They're wonderful creatures. Do you want to go to the present?
Yes, let's go. So this is now.
The beauty. She
Hey.
comes up again, the slightly misogynistic card.
It almost looks like you, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Clothes you wear.
Well, not day to day, but I
Once
mean,
in a while.
I can see there's like a potential vibe there. Yeah, okay.
Aw.
A beautiful woman in a fine Tudor-style gown is seen looking at her reflection in a mullioned window, as if she is waiting to make her entrance and checking her appearance. The character stands for the element of passion and romantic love. For men, it can mean a love affair of the sort that inspires great art. For women, it can point to a flowering of the awareness of her sexuality or the presence of a rival in love. The card can have implications of danger, and one aspect of the face of beauty can be a demanding whore.
Interesting, very interesting.
I'd say the last line just doesn't apply. it's not relevant. But I think that is interesting because she is about to go on stage in a way, right?
It is interesting, yes. Doing, I do wear like costumes and stage outfits, and I do like to dress up and have fun. I've always loved clothes and fashion and textiles, and I think this card may symbolize a kind of coming back to oneself and just being yourself, maybe, and just showing that to the world and trying to grow in confidence and maybe grow in femininity. Would you say that you are on this journey as well? I think you are.
Yeah, I mean,
can
I
kinda
also
see
wear
this.
big old costumes on stage. I love a good costume. And like, it's similar. We definitely have a bit of a parallel in terms of we also reach for the alien in a way. Yeah, it's a really interesting question because there is I do sometimes question like how much of this is me and how much of this is a shield to prevent people from really seeing me.
Interesting.
But I do love to dress up. I
It's
think
fun.
it's okay. Yeah.
There's external beauty, there's also internal beauty
Yes,
as well.
absolutely.
Which they reflect each other as well, I guess, the inner and the outer.
Yeah, I think our reflection is distorted as well. So it really is about, I think art can really be a reflection of who you are at the same time. So I don't know, it's a very complicated sort of dynamic there.
It's got lots of elements to this card, I think. But interesting. Interesting. Tonight I'm wearing a Sufi whirling costume. I've never worn it before, so maybe it's something to do with this. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
you'll definitely, is it red? I'm assuming
It's actually white.
Oh, beautiful. That's going to be really, I can't wait to see that. That's going to be cool.
Excited.
Oh, was that the first one? Was that what the
I was wearing
wording-
half of it.
Ah,
I
okay.
had half of it on.
My bad. Yeah, because I love the top you were wearing with that.
Oh, thank you.
And I have to shout out the fact that you're wearing a cat and Suzanne right now, which are like incredibly difficult fabrics to create. Because like in one day, you can only make 30 centimeters of a cat. And it's all like handmade and all the threads are individually dyed. And it's actually like a dying tradition. And like textiles aren't really being like favored as much as they used to be anymore. Like the Persian trug raid is dying because people don't value it as like a luxury. Sorry, I'm going off on a rant about
this is perfect.
I'm really tired. I'm so sorry. What the fuck did I say?
I didn't notice. That's interesting.
The Persian truck raid. Yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, I love that you're representing as well. I think that really like it's important to express yourself, and in doing so, you can draw attention to some like really cool, rare things.
I think so.
Do you want to see what's in the future?
Yes. Okay.
The beast.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, so the beast. A dragon bars the path, fearful and malevolent. The characteristics of the dragon represent the challenge of facing up to evil. It stands for confrontation with the powerful dark forces of our unconscious mind, also for the bad temper and spiteful side of our natures, or that of others.
Ooh, the darkness.
What bars your path?
Interesting. At the moment, I don't feel like there are so many obstacles in my way.
Beautiful.
If you had asked me this a few months ago, there was some things going on. But right now, I'm feeling pretty optimistic and positive about the way life is unfolding at the moment, and quite excited for the upcoming things. Some of the stuff that's happening in the world right now is upsetting me a fair bit, but there's nothing I can really do about that. What might be in my way?
Do you get in your own way sometimes?
For sure, potentially.
I think there must be a beast of some kind inside each one of us, right?
Yeah, totally.
It's a challenge to overcome that.
Interesting. I'm going to think about it.
That's a back burner card. Do you want to see what's in your future?
Sure.
Yeah?
We go to future first, yeah.
Pull a card, any card. Oh, the scales.
Aha.
Oh, wow, this is incredibly symbolic.
Really?
Yeah. So my solo album is called The Scales of Tahuti.
Of course, yeah.
And it's all about balance and finding truth in balance.
And you were saying when you were describing your music earlier, there was definitely a balance. It wasn't just about
There's
what's
always
up
balance,
there. It
yeah.
was also about down here.
Yeah.
Cool.
As above, so below.
Exactly. Emerald tablet time. Do you want me to read this one to you?
Sure.
A pair of scales with fruit hanging from an ancient twisted fruit tree. The symbol stands for justice and moderation, prudence, and a sense of balance in our affairs. It represents common sense and a harmony with the world of nature.
Perfect.
It's exactly what you said.
And I do see this as a destination. It's always aiming to balance and perfect oneself, to overcome the aspects of ourselves that weigh us down and become light as a feather.
Like in the Egyptian style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They have the scales.
scales.
On the one side is the feather, on the other side is your own heart, and the goal is through truth to become light as a feather and weigh up against the feather of truth.
And
So
if that doesn't happen, you're literally fed to beasts, I believe.
that is, they feed you to the crocodile and you get consumed for eternity.
Yeah, because they believe the crocodiles are like the guardian, the gateways of the underworld.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe it is,
interesting.
yeah.
That's cool. It is interesting because like there is like a very earthly element to all these cards, and like you've got fruit as well, which I guess is the fruits of your labor. That could be your art,
Sure.
perhaps.
Yeah.
And maybe that's how you feed the beast.
Become friends with the beast.
Yeah,
Tame
befriend the
it, yeah.
beast. Yeah, the beast is hungry. Maybe he's like just hangry. Do you want to do your present and past as well?
Sure. Yeah. Let's go
Let's
in
do it.
reverse. Yeah.
It's the balance. Ooh, death.
Okay, that's an extreme one to have for the right now.
Oh, is it?
No, I mean, well,
it doesn't necessarily mean actually dying.
no, I know, but death of one's ego, I guess.
Yeah. And it is very much about the balance and the kind of things that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can read it for you. So it says, death is the natural end of life, and the card symbolizes finality. The tomb brings reminders of resting places of great heroes of mythology and carries with it an implication of the possibility of rebirth.
Mm-hmm. I guess death is just the gateway to the other side, isn't it?
It could be the middle of the
Spirit
scales,
world.
the tipping point.
Well, that you, after death, you meet the scales.
Yeah.
This is,
It's very symbolic given what you were saying, yeah.
maybe it'll make more sense when we have the past leading into.
Perhaps. Shall we?
Yeah.
I wonder if the tree is growing on the mound. Because it looks like it's kind of on a hill. The stars! Oh, that's
Right.
so symbolic. Okay. So I'll read you the stars, even though you heard it like 10 minutes ago. The patterns of the aspects of an astrological chart is imposed on the star-studded mystery of a night sky. The stars stand for an individual's deepest aspirations and inner goals for the heights of intellectual and artistic achievements, together with the external part of our nature. Also represented here is the astrological cycles that we pass through over and over again throughout our lives.
I guess how I see this, we're all born from the stars. We come from the stars, and we come to Earth where we must experience death, and then we go to the other side where we get tested for how we behaved on Earth, and if we behaved well, we get to live for eternity and maybe come back and do the cycle again if we choose to.
The cycles and the rhythms. That's very metaphysical. I kind of like viewing them like this as well, because it's like a little story. You've gone from the home all the way to the stars and then back down to Earth again.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting. Got a cool story there. It's a good concept album.
Can you take a picture of these cards
We should, yeah.
Yeah.
so we remember them? They're very nice pictures as well.
And you've got the Beauty and the Beast, which is very Disney.
Brilliant.
Yeah, there's so much balance. You've got the juxtaposition between the home and the stars, the Beauty and the Beast, and then death and judgment.
Wow. This is a unique interview. I love it.
I'm glad. Yeah, well, any comments? Any final remarks?
Thank you for introducing yourself to us, and like, I hope we can meet for a coffee sometime.
I would love that. Honestly, it's
and talk about Persian music. And
yeah.
play the daft together maybe when
Oh my
I've learned some
God.
rhythms.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for like very last minute making time for us.
Absolutely.
Look forward to the show. It's going to be good.
It's going to be so good. We're so hyped. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.